Welcome to a high-level teams all welcome match, where, well, presumably we're going to have Talkin trying to be rage-baiting the enemy team, all of the other enemy pros and all that, with their gunships already going for Revenant. At this stage, when I'm recording this match is about 2 months old, so this is presumably after the nerf to Revenants, where it doesn't two-shot enemy engineer commanders anymore. I believe so, at least. Yeah, 3800. Yeah, that's unlikely to really two-shot. Yeah, technically not even possible. Just missing out on 20 HP. Alright. And anyways, it is a large team game. Only a couple of lower level players. Aussie, Subgiant, and a couple of giant ranked players as well. Most of the others are relatively high rank. Couple of fleas holding territory. I mean, Weaver could still be going down quite easily to the Pyro. Redback is quite slow, so that's going to take a while. What? Who? The shipyard? What? Who, what, where, ship? Oh, their shipyard. Huh? The why? I don't know. Well, let's think about this. If you have an envoy in the middle, that seems pretty strong, right? Down south, well, there it is. Stardust cleaned up. Redback is still alive and will be dealing with, well, these fleas quite easily, of course. And Weaver should just be going to reclaim, because on this map there is quite a lot of reclaim. Like 600, 550, so yeah, thousands of reclaim. Over on the southern side, yeah, almost 9,000, although this is half the map. 9,000 reclaim pretty much. So there is a lot of reclaim on the field. Yet we're not really seeing people reclaim all that much. Yeah, now they are, okay, sure, 40, 50 reclaim now, they're reclaiming. But at least for a little bit there wasn't that much reclaim. Couple of glaives, 4 glaives would be able to push into the Lotus. But of course, yeah, with the commander close by as well, and already the glaives being damaged. One of them even burning and did go down in the end. Ooh, Redback cleaning up 1 Venom. Moving through. Slowly but surely, EMP is also going away. So we'll be able to push into at least 1, maybe even 2 Venoms a little bit later on. Over here on the northern side, also Redback engaging, but that's quite a lot of bandit. And goodbye to the Redback. Not yet a good fight for Team East, and especially with Phoenix now coming in. Yeah, not exactly what you want to see there if you're Team East. Here though, something you definitely do want to see if you're Team East. That is in fact Tarkin with double Revenant at least. Already blasting one of the factories, a Quantum's factory. So one of the higher level players on their team. Green also with their own Revenant. Cleaning up a little bit more wind. Alright, nice. Yellow is able to get at least one of these Pyros through. Where is it going? Well, can definitely clean up a couple of metal extractors, but unlikely to do all that much else. In the middle, we've got one little ogre that really needs to retreat, because otherwise it's going to suffer against all of those buoys. And it still might just go down. Down south, well, a couple of Venoms can definitely just move in here. That is 4 constructors, including a commander, that can be cleaned up relatively easily. And a couple of metal extractors as well. Being able to park a couple of recluse on these hills is also going to be really nice. Though for now, just Team West here with 1 recluse. But the Venoms are able to engage with them quite easily. Recluse didn't really have the vision, so yeah, are getting cleaned up quite easily. Not really doing all that much damage. And now moving through, one metal extractor gets cleaned up soon. TM. Come on. Oh well, just go for all of those enemy units in the factory then. Even commander. It is just a level 1 Angie Benji commander. Gets easily a one shot, like stunned by all these venoms. And there comes Talkin. Decent blast, not amazing though. So the factory is still going to get cleaned up. At least I would assume so. Revenant has reloaded. Spreading out those venoms quite a bit, but only gets like one of them decently damaged. But then come another 2 Revenants. So most of the venoms have now been cleaned up. Factory is going to stay up. And there it goes. Last venom cleaned up as well. Metal extractor can still be cleaned up by one of these fleas if they want to. But for now they're not doing that. Over on the northern side. Well, that's quite a couple of blitz moving in. Quite a couple of blitz. Couple of fighters as well. So yeah, cleaning up all of those fences, a couple of those ravages. So that is in fact a really good fight there for Team West. 3600 versus just 660. Although over here that fight is definitely not as good. Oh, commander though, not being healed up. Oh, it is. It is being healed up. Okay. Come on. Get one recluse close by. Oh, that is so lucky. 1% calm. Well, no, that's even less than 1%. It was on 20 HP. Ooh. Right. Ooh. Someone trying to be sneaky over here, Conjurer. A couple of sneaky reavers, it seems. Didn't really work out for them. At least doesn't seem to have worked out. Revenant's being pushed away. But yeah. Minotaurs also pushed away. Not that there are that many forces here for Team East, but yeah. Enough to push away like 3 Minotaurs, especially because you also have a couple of gunships, and Minotaurs have a very hard time hitting gunships in general. How is the water going over here? Ooh, digging a nice little trench. Sure. But also over here in the middle. Yeah, range is less than I thought it would be. I mean, sure, you can hit a sling. Good job. It doesn't seem that worth it. Oh well. On the northern side, well, that one commander was finally cleaned up. By, well, Lico, and then of course the army moving in after. Second com for now is going to stay alive. Recluse not really firing on the shields, so Blitz not really having the easiest time to move in there. Still though, that commander really should be retreating, I feel. I can hear a lot of things going on, ravens and such over there. And well, commander is actually staying up. Ooh, Revenant's giving a nice little fireworks display. And Juggernaut gets cleaned up shortly. I would assume so, at least. Yeah, there it goes. Nicely done there, brah. So, losing a raptor there, not ideal. Oh well. And on the north, well, Bingo is reclaiming that field quite nicely. I mean, there is a lot of reclaim here. Like 1300 here, another 1000 just a little bit further back. Spiders are trying to come in from the mountains, but it's just a little bit too far. So of course, Recluse, great counter to Ratback. Bombing one. And look at that. A nice little Raven coming in. But not goodbye commander yet, but there it goes to the Blitz. So in the end, probably wasn't necessary to have that Raven there. But it doesn't really matter. Commander gets cleaned up, that was the end result that you wanted. So it's all fine. Just like Recluse on the hill is nice. Crab as well. And also Crab having quite a lot of range, of course. Outranging those Recluse quite easily. So yeah, you have to watch out. All of those squishy spiders versus a high AoE. Yeah, well, Riot Scum. Like the only one in the game, I'm pretty sure. And Jacks coming in. They do not actually fall off the hill. So that's quite nice for them. Redbacks for the good DPS are available. And also already transitioning into destroying all of those weavers. Though, well, the Phoenix definitely would have cleaned those up as well. Jacks both though, getting away. So that's very nice. Crab is still alive, but it's fine. Lico comes in, but it shouldn't do anything. No. I mean, Crab wasn't... well, it does do something. Throws the crab off, dealing more damage than the actual explosion itself. Widow does stun the crab. It's still armored up though. At least seems like it. And there's quite a lot of support available as well. So the crab might go down, but I don't think it will. Oh no. Another cloaker. In the south as well. Though Phantom of course doesn't require the cloak. For the Reavers it is quite nice. Good number of raptors here. 8 raptors to deal with the enemy revenant. And there comes Tarkin. 4 revenants coming in. Should be able to take care of that crab without too many issues. Especially because crab is still walking. There it is, and sit it down now. Ooh, that might just barely be in time. No, it is not. Revenant's cleaning up all, well, the crab. Yeah, 7500 burst only on them. So, indeed, crab was not, in fact, armored up. Now, let's take a look at our eco. For now, Team East with the better eco, presumably. Especially energy. Energy is ahead by a whole lot for them. So, although, yeah, attrition is very good for Team East, Team West. Team East actually, like, in terms of eco, metal produced still ahead for them, which is, of course, quite significant. Not yet 25% more, though. So, yeah, total eco, or like total value, very much equal, but yeah, because that extra investment in eco, army value is a lot better for Team West. Down south, we haven't really paid attention to this side at all. We doom! And trouble indeed. Scorpion, multiple firewalkers, Juggernaut, all of it coming in. And what is there to defend? Well, there isn't anything here, but there are things coming in. In other words, Phoenix, Lico, and of course the Revenants from Tarkin. That's quite a lot of anti-air, but Phoenix got a shot on. Revenants have a lot of HP, so can tank the Tarantula decently. Toad also good DPS, of course. On the hill might not be the easiest target to hit right now. I mean, it's not in the clump. But still, Tarkin's Revenants seemingly all just going to stay alive. And especially because they're now running away. Not in range of the anti-air anymore. And they do clean up the Scorpion. Although, Minotaur might have done it as well. I mean, it's not as if the Scorpion had that much HP left. Over on the northern side, well, another Revenant, this time around from Team East, gets cleaned up. And why do I feel like just taking a couple of things through there is just going to be so nice? I mean, taking down that enemy geothermal, it's not overdriving a whole lot. It actually is overdriving way too little. Should be doing a whole lot more, but it's not. And goodbye, Engineer Commander. Crab missing with one shot. And of course one nice counter to Crab as well. Juggernaut! Get that thing down the hill. That's what your Juggernaut is very good at normally. Often Crab is also trying to move afterwards, so then of course DPS from your jacks and such can clean it up quite easily. Yeah, I still feel like just either taking a couple of spiders through the mountain range, where there is no opposition, or just take a decent number of blitz into that base is just going to destroy the Dante, destroy the advanced geothermal. It is now linked up to the entire grid, so it's already a lot more efficient than it was a couple of seconds ago. So taking care of this section, especially because that's also one of the highest level players on the enemy team, should just be the, well, winning move, right? Might not be that bad, I mean, they still have a lot of value. I mean, that's another Scorpion moving through into the enemy base. But yeah, I feel like destroying Aquanum up north shouldn't be too difficult. These forces can't really chase after you, they're slow. If they want to defend the base, they have to go all the way around, which is a lot further away. But of course, they're dealing with like imperfect information, so they don't really know. And Scorpion once again moving in. Well, what is there to defend? I see Tarkin coming in once again. It's the only thing they really have. Couple of nets just to try and stun. Also nice, of course. And oh, that's one Lico already. Scorpion has been stunned. Couple of units are coming in, but that's too little, too late. Scorpion has already been, well, neutralized pretty much. But Tarkin actually not moving in, which I do find interesting. I mean, it's not as if you have a rover player close by that is just able to capture it. So Tarkin, please move your Revenants and just kill it. Especially back when it was still stunned, you could have easily taken it down. That single toad wasn't going to do anything to you. But nope, apparently that didn't happen. Now it's just going to be a couple of cloak bots that are going to have to clean up that Scorpion. There comes another Lico, or rather the same Lico, bombing it once again. Scorpion stun, only stunning a couple of knights for a little bit. Not that significant. Less than 3000 HP. It is in one shot for these two Phantoms, but of course cloaked up, so you don't know where it is currently. Bit of a scary force in front here as well for Team East. Though, shouldn't be too difficult to clean up. And Tremor on a Spire. How ironic. The one thing that is designed to take care of enemy terraform and smooth the terrain is itself placed upon a Spire. But yeah, Tarkin has a Crow. Would be able to deal with this quite easily. I mean, there is not that much anti-air available. Over here, a couple of your Revenants could still be taking care of a lot of this as well. Lico moves in, bombs, one of them going down, the other one is not. Somehow the Scorpion survives. But yeah, with the Scorpion at such low HP, the other units, all of them pretty much completely destroyed. The position will get, well, recaptured quite shortly. Crow is stunned, but Revenant, oh, I think you're really lucky with how Revenant interacts there. Because those missiles went straight through your own crew. Commander, not in the safest position ever. But for now it's going to survive. Crow went down, a couple of those Revenants went down as well, I'm pretty sure. And Hydras. Over here the tanks moving in, requesting air backup. For Team East, that is. Yeah, Juggernaut already cleaned up. Cyclops doing a very good job over there. With a couple of Minotaurs for extra DPS. And one jack is not going to do it. So indeed, retreat it and just make sure you have, well, enough to do anything. Even air backup is going to be unlikely with tripleton close by. But hey, up north, this passage, pretty well defended by now. Would be nice to have a lobster in here though. Especially with scallop and grizzly. Just 1 or 2 lobsters can do a whole lot more damage. By just throwing them into the enemy. But yeah, Team East pushing back on the northern side. Even though attrition has only gotten worse for Team East. Look at the eco. They've got so much eco. Total value, it's still pretty neck on neck. It is just barely behind for Team East. And yeah, army value, it is still not looking good for them. It's just, yeah, eco, they are kind of running away with it. Gap has only opened up. Gap has widened. So, yeah. Down south, Merlin, great for your DPS. In a bit of a passage, so it's not easy to really sneak around to destroy it. So that is a pretty good position for something like a Merlin. Of course, spiders can still go around, but you probably have something to deal with those. Not really, a little bit, but not much. Yeah, a couple of knights, a couple of reavers. Yeah, sure. Good enough to deal with a couple of annoying little spiders. The spooders are not going to do anything there. And another blitzball. Well, just a little bit, a bit like dominatrix ball. Yeah, blitzball also really strong. It's just a single unit mono spamming it. And still it is pretty strong. Also, hey, that is a way to deal with annoying little tanks trying to sneak into your base. Just build a wall. That way they can't just run in. So defends this location quite nicely. Now you're required to either go spiders or jumps or something else. Yeah, well, spider or jump. Or to take down the wall. Those are your 3 options pretty much. Come on, guys. Alright, I mean, Singularity is coming up. Nope, they're not building a geothermal. Okay. I still feel like Eco could be losing Team West the game. If you just look at army value, attrition, it's still looking really good for them. But of course that Eco lead for Team East could definitely spiral. Singularity, how many are being constructed? Only 1, so only Team West currently is going for 1. Tarkin is going to be sneaking around once again, up north. And down south, they're just mass spamming Scorpion. Yeah, doesn't really seem like the most ideal unit to spam, but oh well. Once again, another wall coming up. Sling's not able to take advantage of their range. Reaver can't really do that anyways because it doesn't have any range. And of course Scorpion, having like spider movement, is able to go over the wall. Whereas all of these units cannot. But of course, yeah, they should be able to, well, just destroy the wall quite easily. Terraform it back down. And I'm pretty sure Merlin also has some relatively significant like smoothing properties. I believe so, at least. Doesn't show, but I believe it does. And otherwise you just need to request your tremor to go a little bit further south. Triple Phantom, Merlin, Jack, yeah. That should all be enough to deal with the Scorpion relatively easily. Merlin will likely uncover it even before it gets in range. Or the Scorpion just shows itself by fighting at a single glaive. Okay, sure enough, that works. You know, Paladin coming out. Paladin is usually quite good for your attrition. So, considering that's the one thing they're definitely struggling in, well, it's going to be nice to have that going forward. Already pushing away the enemy. Oh, commander gets cleaned up. Lico's half missing, but still damaging the Dantes significantly. Still though, they've got 2 Dantes. That means only one of them got damaged. And oh yeah, this is also an issue. Ulti was spotted. And if it is spotted, it gets cleaned up. Wasting your paladin burst there though. Not ideal. Though it's also not really going to matter, because by the time you either get here or into like any significant enemy opposition on the other side, yeah, it will have reloaded anyways. Singularity has gone up for Team West, so that overdrive will be on par with the one from Team East. But yeah, look at the attrition. We had like 140% for Team West just a little bit ago. It's already back down to 112%. Scorpions just raiding a little bit. Units being sent in one by one. Not really going to work against Scorpion. Lego. Is it going to get cleaned up, or are all of those Swifts getting mauled by the Raptors? It's a little bit of both, it seems. Because I'm pretty sure the Lego did in fact go down, and yet all of the Swifts have also gone down. It's still like a good trade for Team East there. I mean, Swifts are not that expensive. But yeah, not an amazing trade. Over here, Scorpions going down in their own death explosion. We were able to stun the crow, but not take it down. But Team East, now look at the eco. I mean, I know that is a significant portion of that is through reclaim, but 100 eco ahead. Multiple maxes are still missing on this side, like a lot of them in front as well. And the Paladin with Grizzly support, with a lot of support from M-bots in general. They are pushing through, shield bots in the middle, also pushing forwards. Yeah, there are a lot of forces here for Team East, Team West as well. I mean, that's like 3-4 Cyclops. You have 4 Cyclops, multiple Minotaurs, Dante as well. And still, I feel like it is futile. I don't think it's going to work out for you at all. Multiple Dantes from the enemy team. Pretty decent sized shield ball as well. And if they think it gets too dicey, well, they can just throw it away with a lobster. Just throw themselves back to a safe location. They're talking about a lantern for, of course, the Jinn, like teleportation. Look at all of those blitz getting cleaned up. I mean, a couple of shields coming in, but the actual units that have to defend the shields are quite far away still. Yeah, there are 2 lobsters there, which is going to be nice to just throw them in, but those are not really the units designed to be thrown in. Paladin stunning quite a couple of the spiders also. So up north, yeah, even though they are like retreating a little bit, I don't think that's necessary. I mean, both your Grizzlies and your Paladin are still very healthy. But yeah, they are retreating. So the reclaim field there, 5,000 reclaim can all be cleaned up by Team West. But look at this, ducks starting to raid. Paladin, a minute to go, but that's enough ducks to clean up that commander. No issues. Paladin can be cleaned up before it even comes up. Unless you can somehow bomb all of the ducks with revenants or something else. Yeah, that Paladin is likely going to go down. Or rather, at least not go up. Oh, that's the thing though. All of the ducks go down in the death explosion. Maybe manual weapon. One of the two, doesn't really matter. But Paladin stays up, or rather, will still be able to go up. Unless the crab destroys it, but that seems a lot more far-fetched. It might still be able to take care of all of the caretakers. Destroy the hub itself, so at least the progress will be halted for now. But it will not have the DPS to clean up like 20,000 HP worth. And oh, look at the envoy range. I mean, it's on land, so of course it is getting close. He lagged! Okay. I mean, I can understand why you might lag in a game like this. And, yeah, they are indeed lagging. 7-second ping. Oof. Oh well, don't think it really is going to matter. Crab is still alive. Sure. Paladin is still going to go up at some point. But Team East, crawling their way back. Almost close to even attrition. Here though. Oh, 2 shots. Yep, there goes ultimatum. Does clean up the Paladin. Because of course Team East had multiple Paladins. This is all still completely open. They can move in there, but they're not going to, because they have already given it up. So the Eco kept Team East in the game, and once they started taking good fights, they just rolled over Team West relatively easily.